Hello and welcome back to Hill and Valley. Today Brian and I were going through our lighting room and organizing and inventorying it, and we thought it would be a good idea to show you guys what we got going on in here and why it's important to keep it organized. There's quite a few different people that work here and use the equipment here, but we also rent out the studio. So it's important for pretty much anybody to be able to walk in here and understand what's going on and find what they need. So the first thing we have in our lighting room is our tube light station. This is where we charge all of our tube lights. We have two 2-foot tube lights and 4 4-foot tube lights, 2 of them being the newer generation that have pixel mapping. And so in this station here, we have the ability to charge them, keep them organized and clean. We have their cases for them down here. And then we also have in this drawer here, we have different power adapters for the lights. We often keep many of them in the cases for the lights, so when we're on the go, we're able to just make sure we have an ability to charge them while we're on location. And then we also have different gels and other accessories for our lighting room. The way we've broken this room up specifically is kind of like on this rack here, we have anything that emits light or is a lighting fixture. And on this side of the room, it's things that will modify light. So starting with this rack, you can see we have all of our different products from Nanlite. We have our Forza 720 down on bottom, which is our most powerful light. And then we have our 2 oldest lights, which are our Forza 300s. Those are all in their to-go carrying cases. That way, if you want to use it in studio, you can break it out right here, or you could chuck it on the cart or just throw it in your car and have it ready to go. And that's kind of the idea behind this whole room, is anything can be pulled out and used in studio, but you could also take it out on location. This one's a little bit of a new development. We kind of threw some of our different lights in this case here, and these are just all of our smaller lighting fixtures that we could use as sort of like a way to rig up for interiors or car scenes. So we have 2 of these little Litolite 5Cs from Nanlite. These are little RGB panel lights that are magnetic, so they're super easy to place in small, tight spaces. And then we have 2 of these Pavotube 6Cs, which are the 6-inch versions of the tube lights. These are also RGB and have all the same effects as the other tube lights. Working our way up the shelf, we have our Pavo bulbs from Nanlite. So this is a set of 4 bulbs that we've been using quite a bit lately. We use them to typically replace an actual bulb in a fixture. That way we can control the intensity, the color, the effect of the bulb without having to worry about actually using the bulb that's in the lamp or, replacing the bulb that's in a lamp. That's what we use these for. So you can see they come in this nice case that locks closed. We have the 4 bulbs. They're all battery powered, so they can run just like this. You can also plug them into an actual lamp and it will pass power through the E26 adapter. And then Nanlite also includes a few different ways to power them, which is really nice. We have this NPF sled, so you can run power to the bulb through an NPF battery. You can run it through an AC adapter. And then they also give you these little control boxes, so you can easily, if you don't have Wi-Fi or the ability to connect the bulbs through Bluetooth, you can plug it in and control what the bulb's doing. On the same shelf here, we have our Forza 60Cs. This is also a 3-light kit that comes all contained like this. It's very nice. So these are 60-watt RGB lights. We'll usually use these on the cyc or in like a music video situation where we want to create a lot of different pops of color. And then they also came with a couple different options for power, like an NPF sled or AC adapters. And they also come with small reflectors, which is really nice because it kind of helps create a little bit more intensity out of these little lights. So as we continue up, we have our FS300s. We have 2 of these. They're just daylight 300-watt lights. They only run off of AC power, unlike our Forza 300s, which can also be run off of V-mount. So these we kind of call like our studio lights. We always keep 2 of them in the studio. So if anybody's using the cyc, they'll have access to at least 2 300-watt daylight lights. So one of them right now is being used to light me currently, and then the other one we usually keep in here because it doesn't come with a case. So you're able to see it and make sure you know that everything, all the accessories are there for it just at a glance. And then we also have some tube light accessories like our gooseneck, so we can hold multiple tube lights and ring up all 4 of our tube lights to kind of create the same effect, but just increase the output. And then we also have some grids for our tube lights. Moving up, we have our Forza 60s. We have 3 Forza 60s that are just the standard daylight Forza 60. All of these live in our podcast room, so these are just the cases for them. And then we have our Forza 60B, which is usually we keep inside here with our projector mount. So this is one of our most common used setups for On Location for a few different reasons. One, it's really small. It's easy to power. So we have 2 different options. You can use the NPF sled or the V-mount sled, and you can power this little guy, the Forza 60B. And we'll usually run it into the projector because that way we can focus down the light. We can either shine it into a corner of a room and then bounce that light around without it affecting the scene directly, or we can throw it on the background and create cool different shapes using all the different gobos we have in here. Up above here, we have these little baskets. This one just holds some of our standard reflectors for our Bowens mount lights, and then also some spare speed rings for the softboxes we have. Directly behind me, you'll see these are where we keep some of our larger items. These are big bounce cards and flags, and we kind of just try to keep them tucked in this corner so that they're easily accessible, but they also don't get damaged. And above that, we have all of our 5-in-1 reflectors. We have 4 or 5 different ones in various sizes. And these are some of our favorite tools. We pretty much always will bring bounce, negative, fill, or 5-in-1 reflectors with us. That way we can diffuse light, we can bounce light, we can take light away. So they are really powerful tools, and I think a lot of people get caught up in buying a super powerful light and they don't think about what they're doing with that light. So considering something like this just to have in your kit is immensely helpful, and honestly gets us out of more situations than having an extra light. This again is just more of items that modify light. So down at the bottom we have some moving blankets / sound blankets that we'll sometimes use for lighting as well, just to block out windows or block off any source of light we don't want. And then we have some Fresnels. These are Bowens mount Fresnels, so we can use them on any of our nanlite lights. Even our smaller lights, we have adapters to use the Bowens mount with. And then we have a series of projectors. These are just old school projectors you would use in the classroom that we keep on hand, so people that are renting the studio can project different images or different backgrounds onto the psych wall. And we just like to have these handy. We also sometimes use them to watch movies, which is pretty cool. Working your way up, we also have 4 small softboxes for our 60-watt lights. You can see 2 of them haven't even been opened because we don't ever need 4 of them at once. The most we've ever really used is 2. But these are nice because they're really small and you can easily rig them up. So if you have like a light overhead or you're booming a light out and you don't want to have a huge source, these are nice because they can control that light, they're light, and they'll also help focus that light down a little bit. And then you can also use different amounts of diffusion just like your normal softbox. And we have our beauty dish, which doesn't get a whole lot of action. It's more so for photography, but also can help focus light and create a different quality of light. And then up top we have some flags. This is like a 18x24 flag kit. So it has a whole bunch of different diffusion, bounce, nets, negative. So it's really handy to have, more so for in the studio because it's usually for smaller products, but we have used it on location as well, which is nice because it comes in this whole package from Kupo. Here we have our ThinkTank Studio Manager 50. This has been one of our favorite bags for a long time. We've made a whole video about it. We do still use it quite a bit, even though we have 2 different carts now. This is great for smaller shoots where it's only gonna be 1 or 2 people, but we still need 2 to 3 lights and stands and cameras. This can hold a lot of that stuff and it keeps it all in one spot, which is really nice when you're on set. You don't have to really like scramble to look for things. Everything's just contained in here. Lastly, we have our softboxes. So in this little tote here, we keep all of our different softboxes, so that way they're easily accessible. You can grab them out, you can take them on location. 2 of them are the easy up style softbox, which we really like because it makes building the softbox a lot faster. We have our 120 centimeter, which is our favorite, and then our 90 centimeter, which is still great, but we usually use it when we're more so forced into a smaller location. And then we have another 90 centimeter, which is not the easy up version. And then we also have 150 centimeter, which is currently being used to light this video. And then we have some older like octagonal softboxes that we just keep around in case people want to try different things. All right, well, thanks for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing our lighting room and how we keep things organized. Organization is extremely important when it comes to running a business, but also just making videos in general. So if you'd like to see more videos about our studio and how we keep things organized, please give this one a thumbs up. and be sure to subscribe for further videos. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.